Welcome to lesson number 6. I'm going to teach you how to create a visual effect using Movie Maker and some stock footage that I recorded myself. So if you go to lesson 6 files, this is in the same place as you found this tutorial. You should find 3 files. One says dunk, one says wall run, one says telewhoosh. Get the 2 video files, the MP4s, drag them into your timeline. And this is shot at school, obviously. And the first clip we want is the wall run. So drag that so it's at the front. Okay, so it's on top, or if you zoom this out, zoom this in a bit, you'll see them next to each other. We want the wall run to start with. Play that. You'll notice there's some annoying sound effects right there at the beginning, so maybe we'll just cut that out. So if maybe we'll go to there and we'll say edit, split. Again, what we're going to do with this clip is actually go video volume, and we're going to crank it all the way to the bottom. Okay, so now this is a blank video. Obviously there's nothing going on in this clip, and there's also no sound. And what we're going to do is actually move this clip, this blank one with no sound, into the middle of these 2 clips. So you should have this one here, followed by a blank clip, followed by this clip here jumping off the wall and dunking it. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to trim this so that we're going to create kind of like a teleport effect, okay, using some visual effects and some trimming. Okay, it's pretty easy. So to start with, we're going to trim this at the peak of this jump. So if we go back here, about there, we're going to trim. Maybe we'll give it a little bit more. We're going to say split, and what we're going to do is delete this back section. Okay, so it's just going to go straight up into nothing, and it'll just disappear at the top of that jump. And now we're going to play this next clip, and we're going to start it from sort of while he's in the air. So we're going to go with about there. Probably about there. Maybe just off the wall, about there. Say split. You can click on that one and press delete. So now this is what our video will look like. Okay, now this middle section is a little bit too long, so if we double click that, say speed duration, we're going to make it heaps faster. We're going to make it 8 times the speed. Okay, alternatively, instead of making it 8 times speed, we could just trim it to be a couple of seconds long. And so we could just play it, and you can see down here with our time indicator, we just split that and we'll delete it. Still a little bit too long, so we're just going to trim that again, maybe in half again, split, delete one of them. And now we have a tiny little gap in the middle there. Okay, we only want it to be about, I don't know, half a second, maybe less. Tiny little gap in the middle. Alright, now we're going to add our effect. So we're going to click on this middle clip, and we're going to say animations, and we're going to choose crossfade. Okay, now crossfade works well for us because we've got a blank clip, and we've got a moving clip, and the camera is completely stationary. If the camera wasn't stationary, this wouldn't work properly. So if we play that, notice he fades out in midair slowly, a bit of a fade out, and now we just need to do the same thing, a fading effect. So if we click on this clip as well, and then go down to crossfade as well, that will fade in instead of just appearing in. Okay, now clip's not complete without some sound effects. That's where our whoosh sound comes in. So we're going to go add music from the current point, and we're going to go with telewhoosh. Okay, now you want to zoom in for this bit so that we can have a little bit more accuracy. Alright, so there's our first clip, second, third. We want this whoosh to be happening right at the start of this clip. Let's have a listen. So not quite, let's move it in a little bit. Let's move it a little bit across into this empty spot, and let's see if the sound corresponds better. A little bit better. Now we're going to say Control C and move our current time indicator to the beginning and press Control V. So now we've got 2 copies of this clip, and we're going to move that to about there so that the whoosh effect happens the first time and the second time. Okay, now let's play this clip. Okay, that kind of works. You could make 2 different sound effects so they're not identical. Okay, but generally speaking, we've made a sort of really simple teleport effect. Later on, if we used a better program like After Effects, we could add, smoke or something like that to make the effect look a little bit better. But for now, this is good enough. Okay, now you can just cut out the rest of this clip using Edit. And you don't need the rest of it. And that's it. We've made a bit of a fading in and out effect. Okay, so that's a simple thing you can do. You could, as long as you've got a stationary camera, you can do a fading in and out effect where someone looks like they're appearing or disappearing or teleporting or something like that. Right, save. This is lesson number 6, and we're done.